You are listening and watching to a very special podcast. Here we continue with more on Benjamin Hallows. Please enjoy. Benjamin had his phone receiver up to his ear. The phone was buzzing and buzzing a few rings until someone picked up. Hello? It was Tilda. So, I believe you saw my performance. Tilda sounded amused. Well done, Mr. Hallows, well done. Yeah. So are you trying to ask me to make your mania mercury go away? Look, I learned my lesson. It's not about a lesson learned, okay? I'm glad you managed to get out of that hot spot, but listen to me. You have to learn to live with this, okay? This isn't like a disease or anything. This is where it's almost like something that scarred you, like a trauma or something. It's not a disease, and there is no cure to it. You just gotta learn how to deal with it, okay? It's gonna be harder, I know, but with a bit more practice, you can do it. I know you can, Tilda said. However, Ben moaned. You're not gonna make this easy. Maybe not, but you want to know how you're going to do it? When you're faced with a life or death, when you're faced with something terrifying, something more crazy, if you're thinking about going after Kareto Haragi on your own, then you got another thing coming. Ophelia is going to have to set something up to impress you, I'm betting, because you have a connection. How do I know this? Well, let's just say Barrera told me everything. Rosemary managed to get you out of there, huh? And also, I've been doing my homework. You met her before, when you were just a boy. How scared and innocent you were. Your father, everything. Please, don't talk about my father. I don't want to hear about the past. Maybe not. You think you're done with the past, but the past isn't done with you. There are still a lot of people who are trying to bring you down, especially Joseph Dirge. But I managed to do a little research on him. Turns out his real name is Crispin Joseph Dirge. Now isn't that a coinkydink? Are you trying to say that he's nothing more than a pile of filth? I'm saying he's a bit more than what you're bargained for now, aren't you? Look, I don't think you should trust him. I don't care what his name is. Dirge must be eliminated. This guy is like a chatterbox, and that's coming from Maggie. She faced him before, and Maggie's trying to protect freaking Yoichi from him. It's because of that Seraph gene. How did you know? I managed to do a little research of my own, Ben replied. How about this? How about if I send somebody to look after you? I know someone that can help you. I really can't work with your kind. No, but there is someone who's taken an interest, and maybe she might be able to help you. I'm sorry, Tilda, I can't. Listen, I appreciate it, but I have to go. I believe the police are trying to tie in on my tail. Good day. So he hung up. He was right. The inspector and the rest of the police are hunting both Ben and Taylor, but Beauty tried to keep it covered. However, they seemed to notice her too and try to arrest her. As if it seemed like a swift motion, the police were being taken out one by one. The inspector was screaming, "You demonic witch! You will pay for this!" The inspector cried out. The inspector felt something grab his arm and bit him. The inspector began to screech. He pulled away and he ran off. His partner, Constable, went after him in fright. Ben was startled. What in the world? Ben went outside to see. Taylor followed. The two of them looked around. They saw no one. However, when Ben looked up, he was surprised and he smiled. He didn't want anyone's help, but this was getting fascinating. "Oh, so you're the one that Tilda sent after, huh? Well, I'm delighted to have you to help me, but I have to insist I don't need your kind to help me." Standing above on the street lamp, long pink hair, two parts of her hair are in pigtails. She wore something of a short dress, black with a hint of white and a little bit of red. Her eyes were red. She was short. She wore shoes. She looked down at Ben with a smile to her face. Is that any way of showing your gratitude towards me? You're lucky I managed to help you out now, didn't I? A little thank you would be nice. I want to say thank you, but I don't know. I can't tell if you're doing this because Tilda told you, or perhaps you're doing it just out of kindness, although you're not very kind now, aren't you? However, Cruel just tossed her hair and said, Out of kindness for a human? She jumped down from the street lamp and walked over to Ben. Don't get me wrong. Humans can be quite foolish. But also, these types of humans that I came across actually saved my life, including the rest of the Shinoa squad. I couldn't believe that they, of all people, would be helpful. Maybe human beings aren't so bad, and maybe you aren't. I saw what you did today, and I have to say I'm very impressed. Cruel said. Ben had to chuckle. I wasn't doing it for anyone else. I only did it because I learned that Ferret is nothing more than a backstabbing bastard. Yes, he is. He's the one that pretty much tried to get me out of line now, wasn't he? I was supposedly stepped down and saw as a traitor. I guess I can't go back there now. Ben felt guilty. I'm terribly sorry. However, Cruel just waved a hand to dismiss him, saying, Please, it's nothing. I dealt with worse. You're looking at a 300-year-old vampire. Sure, maybe I don't look old to you, but I pretty much do in size. Then again, you wouldn't have mistaken me to be the vampire queen now, wouldn't you? Having to deal with another vampire like me, a ferret. He and Crowley managed to betray me in the process. So, what exactly are you here for? What am I here for? Why, I'm here to help you out. If you really don't want the police and dirge on your back too much, I can help you. But also, I want you to do a little thing for me. You said you wanted to find some way to get close to the Haragi clan. I believe we can arrange something. Or better yet, maybe I could, if you want.
All by yourself? I don't think so. Besides, I don't want them to think that I am with the Shinoa squad. Who says I was?
Maybe. But I ran into Ophelia, and I must say, I'm not really into her kind, but she was quite beckoning, quite persistent, and well...
Cruel then shuddered a little and said,
She's quite a scary person.
She's not exactly human anymore. She's a creature.
I know. A banshee, they call. A harpy. And I thought harpies were supposed to be winged bird-like creatures, like in the mythology. But this one really takes the cake, now doesn't it?
Of course it does. You know, I don't think Mika asked to be a vampire.
I know. I never want him to suffer in that sort of agony, but that's how it was. I remember when I used to be like that, but he was determined not to become a monster. So I offered an alternative. He could drink my blood.
How was that? Ben said with surprise.
Oh, he took it quite well. And when he was so thirsty, he always came to me. I always comforted him. Even though you may see me as someone much more different than you expect. But I am much more than that. But sometimes, when you go a little bit too thirsty for long, sometimes a vampire can transform themselves into what I like to call a demon.
What kind of demon?
Well, the demons that are seen, well, for your little friend to see. I know she could see me now, could she? Through her drawings.
Have you been inside my lab? My house? Ben demanded.
Now, don't get too offended. The only reason why I brought up about the Haragi clan because Ophelia wouldn't really shut up about it. She's really determined, if you know what I mean.
Cruel said. What do you think? I already came up with a plan of my own.
Yes, but with the vampires around, I am suspecting there's something amiss in all of this. So, I believe you have no other choice but to work for me. And I'm going to help you out. Ferret Bathory knows a thing or two, and I pretty much know how these humans, some of them can be quite despicable bastards, accept the agency of Evermore. I owe them my lives. So, without further ado, I want you to try your best to survive. Try your best to persuade yourself, pursue the Haragi clan. But you're going to have to leave Shinya out of this. And I know just the key, said Cruel. Oh boy, I don't know what's going to happen next. Looks like the Vampire Queen and Benjamin Hallows are going to work together. Now, isn't that going to be fun? Well, anyway, I'll see you guys next time. I'm Catherine Donovan. Take care. Bye.